Right, we are back, second day of macro. So let's see whether we inverse this 1 minute bullish and displace lower. So we've seen a portion of accumulation, as I said, in the first AM, and we've taken out manipulation above that short-term high. If we displace lower and get this I for value gap, then that would be a clean opportunity for shorts. Let's see what we get. Second day of macro. So preferably I want to see this bullish gap get inversed and see a sharp displacement lower for price. Alright, we just inverse that 2 minute bullish gap. Let's see whether we get an inverse of the 3 minute. And we just inverse the 2 minute. I mean the 1 minute. So the 1 and the 2 have been inversed. Let's see if we get a 3 minute inverse as well. So far there's no clean displacement ready for price here. Yeah, we pretty closed up that 1 minute bearish gap. Alright, I'm going to enter short of that 1 minute bearish.
Order filled.
And then run a stop at 21,664. Alright, we just tapped the I for value gap for price. So I've got my second TP sitting around a 50% retracement of the move we've seen inside the first day of macro. And then final TP is at the New York Open. So this is a huge trade, but it's 220 handles. You could use the 50% retracement as your final, but I'm just going to run it all the way to the New York Open price. And then first TP is at these equal lows. So equal lows with a 15-minute bullish. So that's the first draw for price. The second draw would be a 50% retracement, and then the final draw is obviously the New York Open. So once we take this short-term low at 633.50, I'm going to try my stops just above that short-term high for price. So not yet, but once we take that short-term low, then initially I will try my stops. But as of now, we're only risking 22 handles, so I'm just going to leave my stop at that point. Okay, so move your stops to 659.75. So now we're only risking 17 handles on this trade. We should start to see an acceleration in price here towards this set of equal lows, which is our first TP. So it's about one tick off the stop there, but I ran my stop just above that short-term high. So once we take this short-term low for price, I'm going to move my stops to break even. This trade is extremely slow, and we should start to see an acceleration lower in price here, otherwise it's going to come take us out. Alright, move my stops to break even. So we just took that short-term low on NQ. We should accelerate towards first TP. If we don't and come back to break even, this is not a trade I want to be a part of, because we've been hesitating around this point here. It should accelerate towards first TP now. It's definitely taking its time. So I got my stops at break even here. So our first TP is at these equal lows. Once we take the equal lows, then I'll close out 50%. How's price going to give us 2 break-even trades, honestly? Yeah, so on my live account, my stop's at 641, and then my stop's at, what's this, 643 on the live stream Apex account. My live account got a bit of more of a late entry because I have to switch to the other screen and then enter on the other account as well. I've just been taken out on the live, so I've been taken out at break even there, and probably get taken out on Apex as well. Honestly, 2 break even trades, what is price come to? A few ticks yesterday, and then a few ticks today as well. It loves to do it to us. Oh well, it's not a problem. I'll still monitor the rest of this macro and see if we get any clean opportunities. Pretty slow second day of macro, to be honest. Break even there. So price didn't even tap that 15-minute bullish, and it couldn't even take equal lows and give us 25 points. We're in a deep premium here, and let me cancel this second buy limit as well. Price just took out that short-term high, so if we see another displacement lower, then I'll consider shorts again. We'd have to displace below this low here. Because for longs, we haven't rebalanced this range here, which we've seen in the first day of macro. And for longs, we'd want to tap into that 15-minute bullish, preferably this middle 15-minute bullish, and then see a continuation for longs. We got a tiny lower time frame bearish SMT here, so if we did displace lower and inverse this 1-minute bullish, it would be clean for shorts. If we don't displace, then we're just going to go to that next high for price. Alright, so we got a bearish SMT for NQ here, because ES took the high and NQ hasn't as of yet. What does DOL stand for? So DOL just stands for draw of liquidity. Yeah, so it's a slow start to the week so far. You know, 2 break-even trades for us. Yesterday, only a couple ticks. And then today, yet again, a couple ticks. And then got taken out at break-even. If we displace lower now, this will be a 1-minute bearish uni and a higher time frame, not higher time frame. So we have a bearish SMT for NQ, and if we displace lower, this would be a bearish uni as well inside that 4-hour bearish gap. So we have a bearish breaker, and preferably a displacement big enough to inverse this 1-minute bullish would be good, but we don't have to. If we got that bearish breaker inside a bearish gap, then I'm going to be taking that for shorts. If it gives us a displacement lower here, this is going to be super clean. People on MNQ right now. I trade micros on my Top Step X account, and I didn't get stopped out there. I was completely fine. Yeah, pretty boring second day of macro. We took one short, and then it played around with our set of equal lows in the 15-minute bullish. Didn't even draw there. And then I just trailed my stops to break even. So break even, second day of macro. And the first AM just drawn completely up from the New York Open. And we've seen a absolutely huge move around 250 points from the New York Open. So usually when you see a huge move like this in the first AM, then the second AM is literally exactly like this. You get almost a pause period in price where not too much happens. But as of now, price will likely draw to this next high. You focus too much on the 1-minute chart. I've already monitored the rest of the higher time frames, so I already understand what price is doing on the higher time frames. I don't know if you see it, but I flick through all of the other time frames to gauge where price is likely to draw to. Such as we're still inside that 4-hour bearish to the left. But you can see the second day of macro has been pretty stagnant anyway, so there's no opportunities here. Anyways, we're outside the second day of macro now. There's going to be no setups here, and we took one break-even trade. That was pretty much it. So I'll catch you guys for the AM session tomorrow. I won't be trading PM because Trump is speaking just after the PM this evening at 5 PM. So I'm going to wait for the AM tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys shortly. Also, with the backtesting session we done the other day, I'm going to make sure that's uploaded on YouTube as well. So if you guys missed that, then I'll make sure that's uploaded privately for you guys. I'll drop the link inside the ICT Bible chat and also the other groups as well. So I'll speak to you guys tomorrow for the AM session.